I'll show you what I got. Okay. You would join me in the Mchenry Township monthly meeting for the month of, where are we, October, at 7 p.m. Let's start off with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Supervisor Barlow.
I am here.
Trustees Bindendagel. Here. Mendlick.
Here.
Shaver.
Here.
Yeager.
Here.
All here.
Okay, so we have anybody signed up? I don't believe we do. Nobody signed up. So approval of the minutes from the Mchenry Township regular meeting minutes from September 11th. Discussion and possible action. Do I have the motion?
I'll make a motion to discuss and act on the meeting minutes from the September 11th meeting.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Do I have any discussion items? Any discussion?
No discussion, good notes, caught myself up.
Any discussion? Nope, 3 times, nothing. So, minutes, you don't have to do a roll call, you can do those by voice. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed? Hearing no nays, all ayes. Okay, item number 4, the approval for the receipts and bills for town fund. Who's got that?
That would be me.
Okay.
We, the undersigned members of the Mchenry Township Board of Trustees, certify that we have this 9th day of October 2025 examined and audited the amounts due for the items specified in the claims attached and hereby authorized payments of same. Total reimbursements to be approved, $2,942.80. Total bills to be approved, $10,399.16. Total paid prior to audit, $45,081.98. Total to be approved, $58,423.94. Total receipts, $13,488.24. I make a motion that we approve and pay these bills.
Second.
Okay. We have-
Gary, I didn't bring that bill in.
Which one?
The expense one that needs to be added. Do you wanna hold this off and I'll go grab it and bring it in?
Okay, yes, please.
I will amend my motion to
Yeah, I
hold
can't remember
until
whose
Gary's bill.
expenses that with. We're gonna amend for, trying to think whose expenses are that came in. Oh, that's right. Load up the clock. Oh, that's for the, oh.
That's total. On the top. Yeah, I'll change this one.
Yeah, so the amendment, I'll just, Adam can change his motion formally, but now I remember, this is for the DOT training at,
Correct.
Down
It's
it.
for, $422.20.
yes. So that's what it costs to send a person from up here to Markham to get trained as a bus driver, that pace.
All right, I will amend my motion. Total reimbursements to be approved are now a total of $3,365. And the total to be approved is also up to $58,846.14. I make a motion that we approve and pay these bills.
Second.
Will the clerk call the roll on the approvals? Approval.
Any discussion?
Oh, any discussion? Thank you for saying, any discussion? Don't hear any discussion, so would the clerk please call the roll?
Trustees Yeager,
Yes.
Shaver,
Yes.
Mendlick,
Yes.
Mindennagel. Yes. Supervisor Barla.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, 5.0 is motion for approval of receipts and bills for the general road and bridge fund.
We, the undersigned members of the Mchenry Township Board of Trustees, certify that we have this 9th day of October 2025 examined and audited amounts due for the items specified in the claims and attached and hereby authorized payments of the same. Total reimbursements to be approved, $420. Total bills to be approved, $30,133.08. Total bills paid prior to audit, $75,672.58. Total to be approved, $106,226.06. Total receipts, $9,506.79. I make a motion that we approve and pay these bills.
Second.
Any discussion on any of these bills? Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, will the clerk, no, this is the third time, any discussion, but will the clerk call the roll?
Trustee Shaver,
Yes.
Mendlick,
Yes.
Mindennagel. Yes. Yeager.
Yes.
Supervisor Barla.
Yes. Motion for the approval of receipts and bills for the permanent hard road, item number 6.
We, the undersigned members of the Mchenry Township Board of Trustees, certify that we have this 9th day of October 2025 examined and audited the amounts due for the items specified in the claims attached and hereby authorized payment of same. Total reimbursement to be approved, $0. Total bills to be approved, $28,347.21. Total bills to be paid prior to audit, $27,434.57. Total to be approved, $55,781.78. Total receipts were $3,381.67. Make a motion to pay the bills and receipts.
I will second.
Any discussion on any of the bills? Any discussion on the bills? Do I have any discussion on the bills? Hearing none, will the clerk call the roll, please?
Trustees Mendlick,
Yes.
Mindennagel. Yes. Yeager.
Yes.
Shaver.
Yes.
Supervisor Barla.
Yes. Okay, item number 7 is fund transfer. We do not have one. Number 8, 8.1 is proposed resolution regarding the Water Locust LLC 5 megawatt community solar facility. Discussion and possible action. I put the link on the agenda so everybody that was looking at our agenda for this evening could find it, but I'll make the motion we discuss it and take a possible action here.
I'll second.
Okay. So you saw the proposed resolution in the packet. I'm just going to add my 2 cents. I'm going to take my supervisor hat off. I'm going to put on a 30-year resident hat. I'm sure you've all heard this from me already, is that the county and the entity, the village that owns the planning rights in that area, the county and them are both in sync, meaning that the retail on the corner and then the 40-some acres of estate. It's been that way for over 30 years. I think that I may even have a signature on a comprehensive plan that was put together. So I've been involved in the planning a little bit. But just to say, it's my objection, and the reason you'll notice in here is that it's poor planning what the state wants to do. It's not the county's fault. It's not the village of Johnsburg's fault. It is the state of Illinois' fault, and our governor is selling everybody out. The 2020 plan the state put together is bogus. We as people who live in the area, it is not just, quote, my backyard stuff. This is, I'll call it, for lack of a better term, I've heard something used, leapfrog planning, where they're just gonna plunk a solar farm in the middle of something that's been planned and it's been approved. I just disagree with that. Is a solar farm the highest and best use of that land? No. I believe that the way that it's planned is the best and highest use for it. As far as taxes go, they'll use all the governmental agencies will get increased taxes. We get a whopping $22.75 from the farm. Say it goes up 10 times. There's a very sophisticated formula on how they evaluate it based on the amount of wattage that comes out of there. It's $220. That doesn't even buy the toilet paper for the township for the year. It's disgusting. This is just, they're ramming it down our throats. The other one is tax equity financing. Again, if you took all the incentives away, is this a good project? No. I'm just kind of looking, how's it going to benefit the homes within a 1 mile radius? Zero. Nobody gets anything except the landowner. It's not going to lower our electric bill anywhere in this area or McHenry County. It's all, the current zoning. Yeah, mainly the zoning thing just drives me up the wall. Oh, decommissioning, $490,000 security bond, 10% prior to the end of the first year of operation, 50% prior to the 6th year of operation. So 11 years, they're going to finally fund that bond at $490,000. That should be the first thing that's funded up front. And the decommissioning only takes it to remove the panels from the earth. It does not talk about what they do with the panels or any of the materials used to build that. That's the toxic part of that. It's not that it sits there in the rain, rains on it, drains into the ground, does all that stuff. The toxic part is going to be however many years from now they decide to get rid of these panels. They don't know how to get rid of them. That's part of the problem. So there's my 2 cents.
I have some thoughts. I'm going to go a little bit of a different direction than you. So, again, outside of my capacity as a trustee, there's been posts about this on like the local groups, local community pages for months. There's nothing positive that any single person has to say. Not one. There's no benefit that anybody can mention that, to your point, comes to the local area. But when you do any amount of research, the owner of the property does not live in the community.
Nope.
The business that wants to operate the solar farm does not live in the community. To your point, they're going to pay no taxes or little to no taxes. What's driven out of the property doesn't benefit the community. Not any part of it in any way benefits the community. However, on average, homes within 5 miles of a solar farm, I think decreased 5% in value was the number that I saw. So not only will they provide no benefit or contribute to the community in any way, but it will actually reduce all of our home values. And like Gary, you and I live within a mile of that facility or that property. So I don't know exactly what the plan was or the long-term plan that you referenced. That was obviously before my time, but just on the pure face value that it brings no benefit to the community, it'd be more benefit to the community for that to remain a farm than, what they're proposing. I don't think anybody stands behind it. None of the residents.
Yeah, I did mention it. They're using a tool called a conditional use permit. So the zoning on that land will not change in anybody's comprehensive plan. So they don't have to change the county comprehensive plan. I think there's 2 codes, maybe 3 within the Universal Development Code that McHenry County's adopted. If they were to change zoning, we would have a little bit more of a formal complaint. This is merely informational. We can't even formally complain because they're using the conditional unit or conditional use permit because they're not changing the zoning map. So we're kind of got out ahead of this one a little bit to let the folks know that this is just bad. It's rotten all the way through.
Is it the county that ultimately is approving the conditional use permit?
Yes.
So
it's their
the
zone.
county that needs to be appealed to for people to voice their concern over letting this not happen?
Well, yes, But if the county votes it down, what'll happen is it'll get appealed, it'll go to the state, and the state will force the county to do it, is the way I understand it. How does that work?
But didn't we think the same thing about the gravel pit?
So you've got a two separate process. First, you have the administrative part of it, where you have the petitioner goes in front of the zoning board of appeals. The zoning board of appeals, the 7-member board, after they hear everything, they hear objectors, they make a decision. Based on that decision, either a yay vote or nay vote goes to the county, and based on that vote, it's either normally on the consent agenda or not. And a county board member could pull it off as an item that be talked about separately as well. So even though the zoning board may approve it, the county board still has to approve it. Most likely, if the zoning board approved it, the county board will probably approve it, most likely. If they don't approve it, let's say the zoning board doesn't approve it or the county doesn't approve it, then they would appeal to the circuit court. So the circuit court in McHenry County, you would appeal that decision, contesting that decision, and then you would take it at the court level. And then if you didn't like that decision from your local judge at the chancery, then you would appeal to the state down in Belgium. So there's a process.
Yeah, and
But
it's,
even with the process, they're saying you can go through all of this and the state's gonna still push it down everybody's throat.
You know what?
It just gets wrapped up a little bit.
The hard part is that you need to let the local level know, meaning the zoning board of appeals and the county board, and get that decision there first to say no.
Yeah.
Because if you can get it at that level to say no, and there's evidence in the record, it makes it harder for a judge to go the other direction.
Okay.
regarding the gravel pit, that was a little different scenario. That was the city of McHenry annexing in the gravel pit. In these items that I'm hearing, like the solar farm, if a city or village is annexing it in, they have a little bit, the petitioner has a little bit higher hurdle to jump to get in than if it's just the county. The county doesn't have as many opportunities to put regulations or, you know, fences, trees, whatever type things around it. So that's the difference.
And that property is not considered Village of Johnsburg, that's unincorporated?
It's unincorporated. The tax rolls state it's county. So therefore.
So they could annex that property in if they wanted to.
They could, it would just slow the process down, because what happens if Johnsburg says, okay, you know, the petitioner comes to them and says, we want to annex in, Johnsburg gives them 20 things to do on their current plan that they dislike from this, the petitioner can say, okay, well, we're not going to annex, so we're just going to go back to the county. So, that's kind of my food for thought there.
And the supervisor's right, as far as the method by which it's going in as a conditional use versus a map amendment or a text amendment. A text amendment is basically looking at the document itself and changing the words, or the map amendment and saying, okay, you know, instead of an A1, it's got to be a B1 or an I1 or whatever, you know, something more conducive to that type of activity.
And I don't know if you picked up in here, but these leases typically last up to 40 years. So essentially, this land would be tied up for 40 years in the solar farm. Up to 40 years. And what, I don't even know, I don't want to spread any rumors because I haven't done any research on this, but I guess I will. 11 years, what is it? They start decreasing in output after about 11 years, so they don't even, the full project doesn't go for the 40 years. It peaks and then starts to go down. So.
And then the concern of how they get these disposed of comes in, and it's one of the things the community was worried about.
Yeah, it could be bonded after 11 years. You have $490,000 to clear the land. Then what do you do with the pile of rubble?
Right.
That's the part about all of these that just. So we've all had an opportunity to read the proposed resolution. Up in paragraph 3, I only added a word that says raises concern regarding construction traffic, because once it's built, if traffic is traffic.
Right.
There won't be coming in and out. That was the only difference that I added. Are there any comments regarding this resolution? So I have a motion on the table. I have a motion on the table to approve this resolution as written.
I'll second that.
Okay. Do we need a voice vote or roll call?
You know, it's nice to make a roll call vote, and you've got representation.
Yeah. If the clerk would call the roll on this, please.
Trustees Mendick,
Yes.
Vindenagel,
Yes.
Yeager,
Yes.
Shaver,
Yes.
Supervisor Barlow.
Yes. So before you leave this evening, stop by the clerk. Oh, it's not a signature, it's just all signed, never mind. We're good. Okay, item 8.2, the proposed estimate of levy for the town general assistance, general road and bridge. Tonight, I'll make a motion that we, for discussion and possible action.
Second.
And I will turn it over to our attorney to help us explain.
So you've got two levies going on. You have the township and then the road district. Let's take the township first. Last year, the township had $1,702,904 worth of extensions that were granted. What we try to do is figure out what is the maximum amount that it looks like at this point in time the township is going to be able to attain by doing a tax levy. And also you, as you know, when you get in your budgeting, saying, hey, how much are we going to need to run the township? And hopefully you're able to match the monies that you're collecting with the monies you're going to need. Well, we take the CPI, which this year it's going to be 2.9% increase, and then we start to really look at what the new EAV is coming out from the county by the assessor saying, hey, here's our numbers, and then also looking at the new construction, because the new construction then comes out. So based on that calculation, and taking those numbers as of the last run date, which I was able to get from the county, was 9/30. We anticipate for the township a 4.05% increase. So what I'm saying is, based on our extension last year of $1,702,000, the township can anticipate $1,771,000. So a little bit of a bump there from the previous year because of the CPI and because of the new growth. What I'm recommending is the township anticipate some new property, additional property coming in on the rolls, and we don't know what it's going to be, but we know right now, as of now, it's 21 million. I know last year, I think we got up to like 29 million or something like that, so a number higher than that. Even if I took that number, we're going to still be safely below 4.9%. And you may say to me, Jim, well, why does it matter? Because once you go over 5%, then there's a separate process. We have to have another hearing. We have to do what's called as a black box. Sometimes you'll see it in the paper. It'll be a regular black box, and it's very specific language saying, you know, we anticipate the levy going to be 6% greater, and then you have all the numbers in it. So you don't have to do the black box. You save your publication. And number two, you don't have to have the separate hearing. So what that means is that at whatever the next regular board meeting you want to have, you can just adopt the levy as long as it's below the 5%. So I'm cautiously suggesting that at 4.9, you'll be able to capture whatever additional new growth that comes out. I know Debbie's, we're watching and monitoring too. Unless something spikes significantly, I think you're going to be safe. I think we'll have another one coming out here in a week or two from the county, but at least we'll be able to monitor it. And I don't anticipate it being more than 4.9. So with that all said, my recommendation to the township is going to be a 4.9% increase from last year's $1,702,000 for an estimated $1,786,346 for the levy when you look at it. Now, you get to your November meeting and you say, you know what, we want it to be less, or we want it to be a little more, as long as it's not more than 5%, you guys can adjust as you want. All we're doing tonight is kind of setting some number that is a preliminary number.
So I'll just throw in my 2 cents here is 1,702, 1,786. That's an $84,000 increase. So having sat and gone through some of this documentation, number one, we never get what we levied for. In the last 10 years, going back and looking back, we've never received what we've levied for. So we're going to come up short there probably. Even at 4.9, it'll give us something less. The other part of it is that, I don't remember exactly what year it was, the previous board only levied for $800,000 and they got $746,000. We're still fighting that issue of, we have enough working capital or working cash to, or whatever you want to call it, fund balance, however they discuss it, is that to get us from the last tax payment to the first tax payment. We have enough cash. So just want to make sure that everybody understands that we're still not bringing in as much revenue as we are spending to service and provide the services that we are here in the township today. And, you know, I continue to look for little things to make, little low-cost items that, to make things easier, so, and a little more fun for the seniors. But that's, I follow the recommendation based on the 4.9%. And so who had the second? Michelle, you had the second?
I did.
Okay. You will follow that? Okay.
So my question is,
Yeah.
if we're, isn't it up to 4.99 or CPI?
So you could go to 4 so this board could say, Jim, we don't want to do 4.90, we want to do 4.99. You're absolutely right, you could do 4.99, that's correct.
Or CPI, whichever is lower, correct?
That language is used in determining the factor. So right now your factor is 2.9. There was a time when it was 6.4, so that factor, or that calculation was removed from 6.4 down to 5. So it's 5% or the CPI, whichever's less. So when it was 6.4, when the CPI was 6.4, we didn't use 6.4 as our multiplier, we only used 5%.
Right.
Yeah, but if you wanted to say, you know what, we're not sure, maybe there's a little extra money there, you know, let's say we're pushing that number, then you could go to the 4.99 without doing the black box and still being okay.
I think that 4.99 is a starting number, as long as it doesn't have anything extra to be approved, is a good starting number.
So it'd be a little bit higher than
A little bit higher.
1.786.
And we're gonna get a little bit less than
Right.
Yeah.
what we anticipate, but that 0.9 is,
We just don't want to go over that.
right, we don't wanna go over that, but if we have a 4.99, if we get less, then we asked for a little more and got,
It can't hurt.
Yeah.
Right.
It
No, I
can't
understand
hurt.
your thinking.
right,
I get it.
right.
I'd be willing to amend my motion to go up to 4.99.
I'll accept your,
Good second, okay. All those, well, I guess call the roll, if you want to call the roll, make it so it's, on the motion is to, based on the estimates we've seen, to not exceed 4.99.
Just one quick comment, if I
yeah,
may,
sure,
just
absolutely.
because I've seen people already making comments about other entities that have talked about levy. This does not mean that an individual property taxpayer's property taxes go up. There's more money available because EAV is increasing, there's more properties, there's more people to pay more taxes, so this is not us grabbing money from a citizen, this is the pool is bigger because there's more people and more home value paying into it, right?
That's correct.
In theory, yes.
That's correct.
So it's not like we're saying, we want more taxes, we want people to pay more.
No,
Completely the opposite, this is just, we need to
Yeah.
grab the fair share of what's available at everybody's individual chunk to run the township, to try to get back to where we should have been, thanks to the old board.
Yeah. Correct. If we'll take a roll on that, 4.99.
Trustees Menlick,
Yes.
Mindenagel,
yes.
Jaeger,
yes,
Shaver.
Yes.
Supervisor Barlow.
Yes. Thank you very much, folks, ladies and gentlemen.
The same concept was with the road district. They had $3,598,126 last year in extension. The CPI is the same, 2.9. They've seen an increase. Your assessed property is, because you're saying, would be 21 million as well. The new property again from last year was 29. This doesn't play anything into the calculation. So if the highway commissioner was to stay at 4.04, they'd be at 3,4743. But if they were to ask for the 4.90, it would be 3,774,000. Using your same thinking down there, doing 4.99,
Yep.
again, that would be appropriate.
Right.
That would be
Yeah.
very appropriate. And again, If the highway commissioner wants to come in and say, I want to do something different, then so be
He
it.
can do that.
So what is the legality here from, and I see that there's all the signatures required for a yea or nay to accept his ordinance.
Correct. So, great question. No, that's a really good question, because there's different language in the code, in the township code and the highway code relative to levies versus budgets. Okay. This board approves both. Okay. This board, when it comes to the budget, has the ability to say, with regard to the budget, we have issues with your line items, we want to change them. When it comes to the levy, if I can have that just for a second, this is what's supposed to happen. Highway commissioner says, this is the levy that I would like to have, and this board then adopts it. Doesn't change it, but adopts it. Now, this line here is for the highway commissioner to say, this is the number that I want, this is the number I agree to. If this board does not approve that, then the highway commissioner can then force this board to accept it. So, and that's happened, not here.
No, it hasn't happened here, but it can.
Yeah, so the second part of this motion would be is to accept what the highway commissioner has proposed, his estimates.
Correct. And it may.
He may change.
He may change it, and
Yeah.
so he may change it to 4.99 or whatever the number is, but that would be the thought
And he
process.
can change it to 4.99 at the November meeting and still be okay.
Correct.
So, on the second half of my motion for the highway department, my motion would be for what has been presented by the highway commissioner at 4.04%.
Exactly.
Yeah.
With the recommendation from the board to go to 4.9.
Can I see that? Is that from the highway commissioner?
Yeah, this is the highway commissioner. I thought I heard 4.04,
Let me just double check it.
or is it 4.0?
No, I think it's at the 4.9.
Is it 4.9?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's at 4.9.
It's
The
at 4.9.
Oh, no, I was
3774.
mistaken. Then I would recommend what the highway commissioner has proposed at
Right, that's-
4.9%.
Correct.
And Michelle, would you second
I will
that?
second that.
Okay, so we would need a roll call on what the highway commissioner has proposed at 4.9%.
Okay. Trustee Shaver,
Yes.
Mendlick,
Yes.
Bindennagel,
Yes.
Jaeger,
Yes.
Supervisor Barla.
Yes. Okay. Motion carries. 8.2, proposal, oh, thought we did that, never mind. That's what we just did. Number 9 is 9.1, is follow-up with trustee Shaver on the township flag, discussion and possible action. Make a motion, we discuss this.
I'll second. Due to time constraints, we are just going to use our current flag for the TOI conference. And I think that I've been voluntold to be the flag bearer.
I signed you up.
Unless anybody else would care to do it, I'm happy to do it.
He designed it.
Thank you very much, appreciate it. But yeah, we're just gonna run this way.
We'll do the contest next year, well in advance of the.
I would do it after the holidays,
Yeah.
before they adjourn for the year. All right, so that's been taken care of. Any proposed agenda items for the next monthly board meeting? Got one? No? No. Okay. Okey-doke. No proposed, so supervisors, report. I don't think I got on here. We've had some community service work, and the Sled Hill building has been painted, so that was a good outcome there. That happened last Friday, Saturday, so we're good there. I don't know if there's any, we're through the bank change, just to kind of elaborate on that. That's going well. Our administrator is teaching the supervisor how to use the software and do positive pays, which is always exciting. I'm also in GA training, learning how to use the software and interviewing clients and things like that. So she's got me going there. It's all good.
How do you spell
What is insert?
I think that's all I've got. If there aren't any questions you specifically have for me. Oh, the one change I want to make sure you guys are aware of is that The Catholic Archdiocese of Chicago is no longer providing Meals on Wheels here in McHenry County. It is Lifescape, and they are renting our office down there. So we're working with them on that transition. There's not been any meal interruptions or anything, so it's all going pretty well.
I do have one question. In your report, you mentioned that you're trying to find ways to expand the bus service, maybe to like even a half day on weekends or something. Was it 7 part-time people that you said we've got driving right now?
Correct.
So,
Well, it's gonna go down to 6.
6.
It's gonna go down to 6 here
So-
pretty quick.
is it just you need to throw more bodies at the problem solution? Like we need more people that would be willing to drive during those times? Or is there something else you're thinking that would allow the bus service to run more?
There's a combination there. My idea to expand on weekends would take bodies. But there's also, option B would be expand during weekdays, go a little bit later. Then you get outside the 8 hours, then you have to split the day up for the drivers with all the requirements through the laws and things of that nature for breaks, et cetera. So we're just looking at a bunch of different scenarios, but I think bus drivers, we need bus drivers. 2 more wouldn't hurt. Myself and the previous supervisor, Craig Adams, we've both passed our DOT physical, so now we're going down to bus training. So we'll be available to substitute when necessary. So he was willing to do that. So what we need is some dedicated folks to at least 2 days a week, 8 hours a day. That's really kind of the way to do it. Once I get there, probably, I haven't sat down and figured out what the real number is of drivers, but somewhere between 8 and 10. Because somebody's always on vacation.
Yeah.
Even though they're scheduled at 2 days, they're still taking vacation during their day. So you gotta find coverage for those, you gotta find, it's an unusual problem. It's a good problem though.
Maybe a silly question, but I know that with us no longer utilizing the source previously used for our social media, is there still someone in the office that's doing stuff that like can put out blasts to look for people?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen anything.
No, we haven't posted. It's posted on the sign, we're always looking for bus drivers. I'm not sure if it's on the web.
It's on the web.
Yeah, we just haven't done any social
I
media.
haven't done any Facebooking,
No,
no.
but yeah, we do.
Maybe
Happy-
in November.
I'm happy to help if you want help, if you need.
I'll give it to you.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, it's, I want to look at the job doc and possibly rewrite it from the standpoint of what we're trying to do. Target it mainly to folks that want to work the weekend
Yeah,
type scenario, see if we get anybody like that.
sounds good.
And then obviously I should approach the current drivers too. If they want to switch to driving weekends or a weekend day, you
Yeah.
know, work with them first and then find another during the week driver to help cover those if they want to. So there's a couple different ways to skin this cat. That's all that's going on with the supervisor. Assessor's packet, we didn't get a letter from her.
She has no report. If you have any questions or anything, give her a call or email her. Nothing new to report. Highway Commissioner's report is in the packet.
Yep.
Any questions, email them, give them a call.
I don't have any questions for him. I see all of what he's done. Okay, so that's the assessor, that's the highway. No need for executive session. At what point are we to the point where we're gonna need to go and look at executive session meeting minutes to clear some of, either
Not
release
yet.
them or let them go?
I'll look at the thing, but no.
Okay.
Twice a year.
Is
I
it twice
think
a
in
year?
December.
You could, well, it doesn't say,
I think it
just
says,
says- it
doesn't it
just
say
says
every
twice a
6
year.
months?
just twice a year.
Just twice a
Yeah,
year?
twice a year, so you try to do it typically every 6 months, you know, every 6, yeah.
Okay.
But if you miss it, it's not like you're gonna be penalized, you just need to.
Well, we haven't had any executive meetings.
We
No.
had one like right before the board changeover, but that was it.
Yeah, and we've already reviewed that, so there's no open executive meeting minutes right now.
Okay,
I'm almost positive, but I will double check it, and if it needs to be reviewed, we'll schedule it for the next meeting,
Okay.
or
sounds good.
December's meeting.
Yep.
I'm gonna be out of town.
Board member comments, and I'm gonna butt in first. I wanna take a minute and say thank you to trustee Jaeger for Harmonica for Life. So everybody knows here, Mark was recognized by the music industry regarding this program. He's also helping to set up a program down on the south side of Chicago. I'm talking it up around here with senior services. I didn't realize you're doing Crystal Lake too.
Oh, yeah, it's been over 2 years.
Yeah, I did not realize, I met with Mackie and was trying to get you in down there, but you're already there.
Yeah, I've been there 2 years.
I apologize for that, but I wanted to say thank you very much. Great program.
It was neat. I didn't know what was going on. I just thought I was invited down to the south side by the Little Walter Foundation and Women in Blues Foundation to do a presentation. It wasn't that. When I got there, they were honoring me. And there was 3 Grammy winners. There was some pretty darn good musicians. There was a gospel choir being led by a pastor, which if you see a real gospel choir from the south side, it's a pretty impressive bunch.
Yep.
And well, a bunch of very well-known musicians were there. One of the guys who was there had his drummer was the drummer that played at Woodstock with Jimi Hendrix, that caliber of musician. So it was really neat for all these people running up to me wanting a picture taken with me. And it's like, so I'm getting emails from world-renowned harmonica players and things they're suggesting. So it's really neat. So I was humbled and I thought it was just a great time.
Well, congratulations.
It's awesome.
Just to continue a little bit, you guys all received your Perspective magazine from TOI. There is a schedule of events for the conference coming up, just a reminder in there. If you want a copy of the meals from Lightscape, I can get you a copy of their meal calendar that they've suggested. Oh, this is something different I was working on with somebody else. That's it. I think that's all I have for additional stuff that didn't make the packet, just kind of.
All right, I have two comments.
Okay.
So number one is the more just more of a nit. I was on the website today, and there's still stuff on the main page of the website for like meetings we had in April.
For what?
Meetings we had in April. It's got like the special budget sessions still like on the main website when you go
Yes.
there on the
Yes.
front page.
That's once a year, so it stays like that
It's gotta
until
stay
I'm
like
ready
that,
for the
okay.
next. Because
Sounds good.
people will look back and see the agenda,
Yeah.
and then they'll see the budget.
Okay. So I just thought that was interesting. I wasn't
Yeah.
sure. More important thing is at another meeting that I attended earlier this week, an article from Cal Skinner's McHenry County blog came up in relation to Carl Kaminsky, one of our county board members, fighting back vehemently against, evidently, as I understand it, the county board looking for the potential to put $10 million of taxes back on the tax rolls that were the taxes that were omitted by the sales tax increase. So if you guys remember, there was talk about like increasing the sales tax, dropping this off, and now it sounds like they're potentially talking about bringing that back. Even though that was basically returned to people, they've reduced the levy by that amount, because that's as they said they would. So I don't know if I don't know if we should take a position or if we should do something in the next meeting or what, but I just, as both a board member and a resident, I think it's terrible that they did this, and then it just seems like this might have been the plan to me. But Carl was fighting against it.
I tried to, if you read the newspapers, there's a bunch of them that had articles in there today. And today was the finance meeting. Yeah, what they're wanting to do is do a 3-year look back and go to their levy level at $73 million versus their levy level at $65 million, and essentially wipe out whatever they did with that 0.5% sales tax.
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, we can continue to watch it, but I'll be honest with you, saw that train coming when they passed the sales tax.
We asked questions when
Yeah.
Mr. Kaminsky was here about it, and we were told,
Yeah.
yep, no, that's not the plan. So, Carl is fighting it. I will say, at least the article that I read said that, you know, he's quoted in the paper as standing against it, and a majority of our county board potentially might support it, so I think it's just food for thought.
Yeah, I'd have to understand who everybody is at the board that's doing it, and, yeah. Thank you very much, though, and we'll take a look. Anybody else have any comments? Okay, if we have no more board comments, TOI conference, just so you guys remember, Monday, November 10th, 11th, and 12th. So 11th and 12th is really the conference. The 10th is to show up and register, and there's an event in the evening in the room.
So we travel on Monday, we stay there Monday night, conference starts bright and early Tuesday, and then Wednesday is the half day like normal.
Correct.
And we travel back.
It's half day for some of you. Keep getting roped in
Trustees.
more.
I don't know if the trustee meeting
I
goes the
could
way
try to
that.
get him to go on Sunday too.
Is that still happening? Because I know
It
that you
is,
were
but
talking
you
to
don't
Sue
need to
about
go.
that. So there's GADI training, which is our GA. I don't know if you guys are all familiar, but they're trying to redo the manual, which is 20 years old too. So they've been having meetings in the background, talking about those things,
Yeah.
looking for input.
I could say you have to go on Sunday.
I'm prepared. I am prepared. I am prepared to fight.
It's for EA, you don't need to go.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You told me that.
What we're gonna do is be fighting the elevator in that building.
What do you think, 12 months isn't enough? So, motion to adjourn
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
at 7:47. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Hearing none, we're adjourned.
Actually, one thing that I should have probably brought up, do we need to move our November meeting? Because we're all.
No, it's on Thursday.
That's, we'll be back. We'll come back on Wednesday. Yeah.
You're right.
We'll be here.
It's the highest holiday of the year, travel day.